Well, hello my friends, good morning, and welcome to Sussquehana County in the northernmost reaches of Pennsylvania. We're just miles from the New York border in a small remote state park known as Salt Springs State Park. I've been wanting to check this park out for many years, and I'm excited to see what this park has to offer. There's some waterfalls here, supposedly some old growth forest, some meadows, and a lot of different stuff. So let's check it out. Let's get on that trail. And thanks for coming along on another adventure, guys. Let's go hit that trail. Gator out. We are currently walking on the blue blazed border trail. We're above Silver Creek, and we're walking along a nice shaded path, shaded by these beautiful, healthy looking hemlock trees. And we're going to see where this path takes us. It should take us into a meadow, and I think we're going to loop around the meadow and head to a special area where there's supposed to be some waterfalls and possibly some old growth forest. So, I want to check that out. We have an absolutely beautiful section of trail here with this understory of thick luscious ferns and a canopy of large trees providing shade. It is going to be a warm day, however. Expected to reach temperatures in the 90s, and I would advise, if you're coming up here, you're going to have limited cell service. We are in a pretty remote area, and so you definitely want to have a map with you. Always recommend the Pennsylvania State Park maps. These little guidebooks, they have information, they have excellent maps, they have information about the trails and history of the place, and they're just the best I've seen of any state I've been in. So definitely want to pick one of these up when you're wandering the trails here, because your cell phone may work or may not work, and your GPS, it may or may not work. Okay, we're down here at Silver Creek now, and let me just take this moment to acknowledge a viewer named KX Duran, who in my Trexler Preserve video, in my video description, at the bottom of the description, I said, does anybody actually read these comments that I write here? And if they do, the password is bison. So this individual was very clever. They read my video description all the way down to the bottom, and they identified the password. So good find by you, very clever, and thanks for watching, and thanks for leaving that comment. But I like to do not every video, but some videos I like to put little Easter eggs, and sometimes I put things in the background like Bigfoot or an elf or something like that, or little clues, just to see if anybody's paying attention. But I don't always do a great job describing as I'm going on my hikes, but I do put a lot of information into my video descriptions. So make sure you check them out, and you'll find out more information. what a difference it makes, the coolness of the forest compared to the being down by the creek in the full sun. And now that it is getting to the heart of summer hiking season, make sure you stay hydrated out on the trail. I would advise as a minimum 1 pint of water per hour walked, and try to start your hike well hydrated, depending on your physical conditioning. This forest with the thick understory of ferns, it really reminds me of that scene from Return of the Jedi, where the Ewoks live, if you remember. Of course, it's one of my favorite movies of childhood, but this forest feels almost enchanted. It's beautiful. That was a bit of an unusual formation of rocks there. We are in an area of the state that was affected by the last glacier. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with that or not, but just continuing along the Meadow trail here. We're circling around the meadow, and it's a beautiful day. It feels so good to be out here up in the mountains, to get away from it all. Sussquehana County is the 13th least populated, or least densely populated county in Pennsylvania, and the largest town has like 2,000 people. And I'm just glad to be out on a real hike. It's been a while. I've done a lot of shorter hikes recently, and it's just wonderful to be out here today. So we're now headed through a really cool little dark section. This is a spruce tree. They call it a plantation, where these trees were planted by people. They're not naturally occurring, but again, the scenery keeps changing on the trail, and it's making for a wonderful hike, and a beautiful section of forest here. We've been making our way through the outer perimeter of the park, and it's been a beautiful hike. We haven't come across a soul thus far. We've now arrived at Fall Brook. We're going to follow Fall Brook downstream into the Fall Brook Natural Area, which is the main attraction of the park. And I would suspect there's going to be people there. I know there's going to be people there. But the scenery should begin to get a little more wild and rugged as we continue down the stream here. I'm going to take a break here for a moment, but thanks for sticking with me on the hike. I appreciate you guys. More good stuff to come. Now you see this here? This is just deplorable behavior. Don't be the person that does this. It's a beautiful place. Don't trash it, don't ruin it. I'm gonna pick these up, but if you're gonna bring something in with you, take it out with you. That's the only decent thing to do. Cloudy skies are creating conditions where the sun goes in and the sun goes out, illuminating the falls, and it's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I absolutely adore this place. I absolutely love it. Very special place. It's magical. It's not by far the biggest waterfall or the most impressive, but the way the light is filtering down into the forest floor here and just hitting the falls, it's just breathtaking. I'm glad I decided to walk the perimeter trails first and finish here at Fall Brook. And I'm fortunate that there's not a bunch of people here right now. just beautiful. I'm speechless. I was considering several different locations to hike or explore today, but I'm so glad I chose this one. It's been on my radar for a long time, and it's much nicer than I had even expected. This was a beautiful hike today, and I'm very happy and thankful to be here, and I'm glad I can show you this amazing place, and it's a blessing. It's good stuff. Downwind from the waterfall, on this side, you have this amazing microclimate. It's like a rainforest with these ferns and specialized plants. The air comes off the falls, cool air, constant moisture. The other side is dry. Interestingly, the falls above, it was the opposite, because the falls were facing the other direction. It was the other side that had the microclimate. It's beautiful. Of course, now as we're heading back to the parking area, there's 3 falls. This is the third and final fall. You can see the crowds beginning to pour in. You have to assume that most 75% of the people, maybe 80%, only explore the waterfall area, not the rest of this park, where there, as we know, there is much to see. Alright, my friends, that's going to do it for today's adventure at Salt Springs State Park in Sussquehana County, Pennsylvania. An amazing, beautiful park. Gorgeous waterfalls, trails, meadows, hardwood forests, pine forests, wildflowers, and nature, adventure, discovery. This place has it all. We didn't even see everything there is to see. There's many more miles of trails, but it's that time to head back home. I got a lot of editing to do. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate everyone who's subscribed and who comments. And please leave a comment if you have any questions about this place or how I filmed this video. But for now, until next time, see you on the trail. Gator out.